Vinland Saga's Thorfinn was a real man. In fact, the real historic Thorfinn was a descendant of Ragnar Lothbrok. The real historic Thorfinn was a descendant of Bjorn Ironside. The real historic Thorfinn, 500 years before Columbus, was the first man to almost colonize America. And the real historic Thorfinn is known to us thanks to the Vinland Sagas, which consists of the Greenland Saga and the saga of Eric the Red. And Eric the Red is the father of Leif Erikson. Yes, the Leif Erikson from the anime was a real historic person as well. In fact, he was a very significant adventurer and explorer. Leif Erikson was the first person to discover Northern America, specifically Newfoundland, which at the time he called Vinland. Leif Erikson just barely set foot on North America and then continued his travels, but history doesn't know where he went next. There's kind of a blank period in Leif Erikson's life, and he just appears much later in Greenland. But this is where the anime and manga is very clever, because Yukimura places Leif Erikson in Thorfinn's village after the discovery of Vinland. Here in the anime, he tells everybody the story of Vinland and inspires a young Thorfinn. We do know that the real Thorfinn was really born in Iceland in a bay area called, God damn, this is gonna be hard. This is gonna be Skagafjordur. So the anime did that justice, but we don't know much about Thorfinn's childhood, about his youth. We do know that he's the son of Thor Snorson, Thors, in the anime, but beyond that, his history only picks up when he's an adult. This is very clever though, because Yukimura, again, in the anime, places season 1 in Thorfinn's youth, and he has all of the adventures that we see in the anime, traveling all over Europe, getting up to all kinds of no good. Did he really do that? It's unlikely, but it's not impossible. We can't rule it out because we don't know what a young Thorfinn did. We really don't. And I want to note that Thorfinn's real name is Thorfinn Thor's son, the son of Thor. But history knows him as Thorfinn Karlsefni. And Karlsefni means made man, tough man, markings of a man, a tough, a strong man, you know what I'm saying? Like, he must have earned that nickname somehow. So maybe season 1 is not too far off the mark. Maybe something did happen in Thorfinn's youth. We really don't know, because history picks up when Thorfinn was an adult, an explorer. And depending on how faithful the anime and manga stays to history, this next bit might contain spoilers, but it's real history, so not really. Adult Thorfinn definitely did meet Leif Erikson in Greenland. We know that because he married his stepdaughter, Gudrid. And because he there definitely was inspired by Leif Erikson. So the anime, even if it took a liberty saying Thorfinn was inspired in his youth, at some point he met Leif Erikson and he was inspired by Leif Erikson to seek Vinland. And Leif Erikson told him about the route, and he told him about the settlement that he set up there. So Thorfinn then set sail with over 100 people, including 40 women, including Kettle. Well, they're not part of the people, but he took Kettle with him, and he also took Leif Erikson's sons with him, and they took the route that Leif Erikson had discovered to Vinland and settled down in his settlement at first. So he's the second European to reach North America. From there, he kept on writing history, because him and Gudrid had the first European child born on North American soil, their son Snorri. This all happened in Newfoundland, which again, they called Vinland because of all the grapes they found in the place. So from then on, Thorfinn was like, let's explore this place, And he sent one part of his troops north, and he went south to an island that they called Hop, which is today's Nova Scotia. But when they got to Hop, Nova Scotia, they discovered the natives. And at first everything was all peaceful and good, and they traded cloth and all that. But then a bull from the Viking settlement broke loose, and the natives got scared and just ended in violence. 2 Vikings died, 14 natives died, and Thorfinn said, hey, listen, I don't want all this bloodshed. If we can coexist in peace, then we don't need to be here. He didn't want none of that. And maybe here Yukimura took that peaceful side of the real Thorfinn, and it inspired the peaceful side of Thorfinn that we get to see in the anime and manga. Could be, I'm reaching. So then Thorfinn and his people left Nova Scotia and went back to Newfoundland. That was a safe area, and all in all they stayed in North America for about 3 years before they traveled back to Greenland, and eventually Thorfinn and his family settled down in Iceland. So Thorfinn Karlsefni was the first man to spend a significant time in North America, 3 whole years. He could have maybe colonized a little bit more, but he didn't want that bloodshed, unlike Columbus. And it just remains to be seen just how historically accurate the manga and anime continues to be. But I love this because do consider this, that what we know is based on the real Vinland sagas, Eric the Red's saga. These are sagas, these are legends. And I like to think of Vinland Saga, the anime, as just another interpretation of the legend. So all the almost supernatural powers that they have in combat, of course that's not realistic, but I like it because it's an interpretation, it's a saga, and I don't know, it just gives it that much more. And I want to give a special shout out because up in my bio, my profile, I have a link tree, right? And in that link tree, there's a PayPal for donations. They help me keep this going because this is turning into a full-time job. And I just had my first donation ever. Like, I was all smiles. My girlfriend was all smiles. Our first donation, it was incredible. Somebody donated 20 euros. I want to drop the name here because I don't know, legal stuff, privacy, all of that. But hey, you know who you are. Just know this was the first donation ever. I was my smile, man, it was all of that. I'm grateful. I'll never forget. This goes a long way, man. This helps me keep going. This motivates me. It's just humbling and everything. I thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And to everybody else, man, I love doing this. I do this every day, as I said. So I'll see you tomorrow. Hit that subscribe. All right? See you soon. Bye-bye.